Yo, and hello there, and welcome back my fellow pixelers, and welcome back to another special pixel art tutorial build on Charizard vs Blastoise. And today we're going to be doing the final part for Blastoise, so we're going to be completing the rest of the back of the inside of the shell. Now, with that note being said, for today's blocks, we're going to be using our black concrete and our gold block as per usual. And for today's area that we're going to be going off, we're going to be flying all the way up to the top left corner, where we did the cannon last build, or last part. And we place this one going underneath, right here, underneath the cannon. So that area right there, we're going to fly all the way to that one sticking underneath. Now once again, if you haven't hit that like button already, if you've joined this build so far, feel free to go and hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to go and hit that subscribe button as well if you're new, because it helps out a lot and is much appreciated. Now with that being said, starting from this one that's sticking underneath right here with our black concrete, I'm going to place another one going underneath from here. And there we go. As you can see, it looks like two sticking underneath in total. Once you've done this, we're going to do bottom left diagonal from here. And there we go. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 9 going underneath this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then once you place 9 underneath, we're going to place 1 to the right. And then we're going to fly back and to the left by 1. So back to this bottom left corner, and we're then going to place a 1 underneath. And then there we go. So we should be looking like that so far. And then once you've done this, we're going to fly back to the one that we just placed underneath. So back down to this one right here. And we're then going to do 10 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And there you go. Once you've done 10 bottom left diagonals, we're going to place a 1 underneath the 10th one, just like so. And then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. And then once you place this one underneath, we're then going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. As you can see, that third bottom left diagonal should have connected this one upright diagonal sticking up here. So it looks like 4 bottom left diagonals connected all the way back down to this line right here. So we're going to zoom out. So as you can see, it should be looking like that so far. Once you've done this, we're then going to fly all the way back over to that one that we placed to the right over here. So back to this one right here. Once you've flown back towards this one right here, we're then going to place another 2 going to the right. So 1 and 2. Once you place 2 to the right, we're then going to place 1 on top. Once you place this 1 on top, we're going to fly underneath by 1, so back down to the bottom right corner. And we're then going to place 1 going to the right. And there we go. Once you place this 1 to the right, we're then going to zoom out. And we're going to fly back to the one that we placed on top. So back to this one right here. Once you're flying back up to here, we're then going to do 7 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there you go. As you can see, that 7th upright diagonal should have connected this one bottom left diagonal right here. So it looks like 8 upright diagonals in total connected to this 2 right there. Actually, I guess technically 9 if you include the one that's sticking up here as well. But as you can see, it does connect all the way to that 2. Now once we have done this, we're going to zoom out. And we're going to fly all the way back to this one sticking up to the right that we just did again. So back to this one right here. Once you've flown back into towards here, we're going to place another one going to the right. Just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to do an upright diagonal. And there we go. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And we should be looking like that right there. And then once we've done this, we're going to do another upright diagonal. And this time, we're going to place 10 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Once you place 10 going to the right, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal, just like so. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you place 4 to the right, we're then going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this upright corner. And we're then going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. Once you place this 1 to the right, we're then going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. And from this third upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. And then we're going to do another 3 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And then from this third upright diagonal, we're going to place another one going to the right, just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to do 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. And then from the second upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right. And then once you've done this, we're then going to repeat this 2 here, 2 more times in the upright diagonal direction, and it should connect to an upright diagonal direction to the one sticking underneath right here. So we do an upright diagonal, place 1 to the right, that's 1, and do another upright diagonal, and another 1 to the right, and that's 2. And there you go, as you can see, should connect to an upright diagonal direction to the one sticking underneath right here. And that should be 3 of those 2's in total, going in an upright diagonal direction. So 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, we've got 3 of them. So we're going to zoom out, and we're going to fly all the way back down to the one that we placed going underneath right here. So back down to this one right here. So then once we have flown back down to this one sticking underneath right here, we're then going to place another 28 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. And there you go. That should be 28 going down from there, which makes it 29 in total, including the first one sticking underneath. So once you have placed another 28 going underneath, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from the underneath of here. Just like so. And there we go. Once you've done this bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place 1 going to the right, and we're going to fly back into the left by 1, so back to this one right here. And we're then going to do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. And then once you've done this bottom left diagonal, we're going to fly back to the one that we placed to the right, so back to the end of this 2. And we're then going to place 1 going to the right from here. And then once you place this 1 to the right, we're going to zoom out. So we're going to do 2 points off this one that we just placed to the right. So to the end of this 3 in total, we're going to do 2 points off here. So we're going to do an upright diagonal, and we're also going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. So we just do an upright diagonal first, then flow back down to the end of the 3, and then do a bottom right diagonal. And there we go. So as you can see, we've got a bottom left diagonal, we've got a bottom right diagonal, and we've also got an upright diagonal. Well, the first area that we're going to go off, we're going to go off the upright diagonal first. So fly back up to here first. And once you've flown back up to the upright diagonal, we're going to do another 4 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th upright diagonal, we're going to place 3 to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. Once you place 3 to the right, we're then going to do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place another 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Once you place this 3 to the right, we're then going to do another upright diagonal. From this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2, just like so. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal. And then we're going to place 3 to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. Once you place this 3 to the right, we're going to do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 6 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you place this 6 to the right, we're going to do another upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, that 4 you place to the right should connect to this one that's sticking out to the left right here. And if you have, that means you've done everything correctly so far. So we're going to then zoom out. So we should be looking at this so far. Once you've then done this, we're then going to fly over back to this area. We've got the bottom left diagonal and the bottom right diagonal. And for the next area that we're going to go off, we're going to go off the bottom right diagonal next. So flying over to the bottom right diagonal. Once you've flown over to here, we're then going to place 3 going to the right from this bottom right diagonal. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. Once you place this 3 to the right, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Once you've done this, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And there we go. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right this time. So 1 and 2, just like so. we're then going to another bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one to the right, just like so. And then once you've done this two, we're then going to repeat this two here, two more times, going in a bottom right diagonal direction. So do a bottom right diagonal, place one to the right, adds one. Do another bottom right diagonal, place another one to the right, and adds two. And there you go. Now should be three of those twos going in a bottom right diagonal direction in total. So 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, we've got 3 of them. So fly back towards the end one. Once you've flown back towards the end one, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one to the right, and then we're going to place one underneath. And then we're going to fly back up by one. So back up to this upper right corner, and we're then going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. Once you place this 3 to the right, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal, just like so. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1 and 2. And then we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here, so 1 and 2, just like so. And from the second bottom right diagonal, we're going to place a 1 to the right. There we go. Once you've done this, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. There we go. This time we're going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then we're going to place another 1 going to the right. And then finally but not least, we're going to do a single bottom right diagonal from here. And there you go. As you can see, that single bottom right diagonal should connect to the one that's sticking out to the left right there. So there's like 3 2s going down connecting to this line right here. So 1, 2, and 3, as you can see. So once you have done this, we're then going to zoom out. And we're going to fly all the way back over to the left to the one that we just placed going underneath right here. So we're going to fly back to this one right here. Once we've flown back to this one right here, we're then going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And from the second bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2, just like so. Then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. Then we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to do 10 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And there you go. As you can see, that 10th bottom right diagonal that you just did should have connected this one up left diagonal right here from that 2. So it looks like 11 bottom right diagonals in total connected to the 2. And if you have done this, that means you've done everything correctly so far. So we're then going to zoom out, and we're going to fly to the next area. So we're going to fly all the way over to the left to this one bottom left diagonal over here that we did from this line. So back over to here. And there we go. Once we've flown to this bottom left diagonal, we're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place a 1 going to the left, and there we go. Once you've done this, we're then going to do 6 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. Now from the 6th bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the left, just like so. Now from this one we place to the left, we're then going to do 11 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And there we go. Now from this 11th bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. And then we're going to place 1 going to the left. And then we're going to fly back and to the right by 1. So back to this bottom right corner. And we're then going to place 16 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And there we go. Once you place 16 going underneath from here, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal, just like so. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 5 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you place 5 underneath, we're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like so. And then we get to another bottom right diagonal. And then from the bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 3 underneath. So 1, 2 and 3, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 3 going underneath. So 1, 2 and 3. And there you go. And as you can see, that 3 you place underneath should connect in a bottom right diagonal direction to the one that's sticking up right here. And if it has, that means you've done everything correctly so far. So we're then going to zoom out. And we're going to fly all the way back up to the one that we placed going to the left right here. So flying back over towards here. So we're going to be doing the final section now that we're going to branch off to. So once you have flown to this one sticking up to the left, I'm going to start off by doing it up left diagonal from here. And just like so. And once you're doing this up left diagonal, we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2 and 3. And there we go. Once you place this 3 to the left, we're going to do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once you place this 4 to the left, we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're then going to place 6 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Once you place this 6 to the left, we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 7 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And there you go. Once you place 7 going to the left, we're then going to do an up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're then going to do a bottom left diagonal. Once you've done this bottom left diagonal, we're then going to fly back in the upright diagonal direction by 1. So back up to the up left diagonal that we did. And we're then going to place 6 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And as you can see, that 6th one you place going up should connect to the one that we're sticking underneath right here. And if you have, that means you've done everything correctly so far. So we're going to fly all the way back down to the bottom left diagonal that we did right here. And we're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And finally but not least, we're going to place 2 going underneath. So 1 and 2. And there we go. As you can see, that 2 you place underneath should connect in a bottom left diagonal direction to the 2 that's sticking out right here. And to the top of the 2, as you can see. And if you have, that means you've done everything correctly so far. And now once everything has connected, we're now going to zoom out because that is everything done for Blastoise. So that is going to be the end of today's video as well, as we don't want to really go into Charizard yet, because we want to keep things nice and clean around here when we do builds. So basically in the next part we get to spend a lot more time on Charizard than just spending half the time on Charizard. So we're going to spend a lot more time on it. And that is Blastoise complete, so this video is going to be quite short. But as you can see, this build is looking awesome already, and I can't wait till when we actually shade in the build. Obviously we're going to do Charizard outline before we do any shading again, but these builds do look absolutely amazing. Now with that note being said, if you do enjoy this build, and you find this build and you think it looks awesome, then feel free to go and hit that like button to show your support. And also if you haven't subscribed yet, then make sure to go and hit that subscribe button as well, because it helps out a lot and it is much appreciated. Now with that being said, that is the end of today's build. So once again, I will see you in the next one, which will be moving on to Charizard in the next one. So without further ado, peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.